Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, September 28th, and we have all you need to know about new establishments in downtown State College, as well as news from the Board of Trustees.
We also have more on recent charges against a Penn State professor, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Madeline Zarkoski.
And I'm Zachary O'Brien.
One of America's most popular cookie chains is opening in State College this Friday. Crumble Cookies has more than a dozen shops throughout Pennsylvania, but this will be the first to open in Center County. Crumble Cookies' claim to fame comes from its menu, which has unique cookie flavors rotated weekly. Cookie lovers can place orders for delivery or curbside pickup, but only walk-in orders will be accepted for the first few days of operation. Crumble Cookies will be open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday.
There's a new diner in downtown State College. That's right, Ouf Bouf y Bacon, which is French for egg, beef, and bacon, opened this past Friday in downtown State College. The new restaurant serves French pastries, egg sandwiches, omelets, pancakes, waffles, among other breakfast staples. They also offer burgers, fried chicken, soups, and even ice cream. Ouf Bouf y Bacon is open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is closed on Wednesdays.
Penn State's Board of Trustees spent over $300,000 on its past 6 in-person meetings. The amount includes travel, lodging, food, and other expenses. Trustees are unpaid and the university reimburses their travel costs. Now, the bulk of the expenses have been made on food. The 38-member board spent more than $155,000 on meals at the meetings. The recent spending occurred while the university is facing a $127 million budget deficit. Penn State has raised tuition, slashed spending, and is under a strategic hiring freeze to help balance the budget.
A Penn State professor is currently facing charges for allegedly stalking another faculty member in a University Park building throughout the summer. Assistant Research Professor Brandon Schwartz was accused on Thursday of following a woman into the Willard building multiple times and has tried to take pictures up her skirt. Police said, quote, on each occasion, Schwartz appeared to have no legitimate business in the Willard building, end quote. Through a search warrant on his phone, it was discovered that the 36-year-old tried to look up the woman's name. Schwartz is charged with 4 first-degree misdemeanor counts of stalking and 2 second-degree misdemeanor counts of attempted invasion of privacy. Fall is now in full swing in Happy Valley. Caitlin Kitch with Campus Weather Service will let you know what to expect in this week's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening. I'm student meteorologist Caitlin Kitch, bringing you your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast for this evening. Taking a look at our live cam out over Beaver Stadium right now, we were seeing some sunny skies earlier. We'll see those clouds moving in this evening. We do have some darker skies out there, as we can expect to see a few scattered showers tonight. Currently in State College, sitting at a chilly 63 as we're starting to feel those fall temperatures more as we ease into the season. As I mentioned, we are starting to feel those fall temperatures. This will be the case for the rest of the week, but the big story for today, what's happening with Hurricane Ian and where is it headed? And will this affect us as we head into the later portions of this week? Taking a look at our temperatures across central Pennsylvania, we're ranging down from the mid-50s right now up to the mid-60s. And if we take a broader look at the state, we see those temperatures down to 51 in Johnstown and up to a warm 68 over in Philadelphia right now. Looking at our current radar, we're seeing those scattered showers right now up over in the northern portions of the state as well as the western portions. Could see a chance for some heavier bits of rain down towards Johnstown, Those showers making their way towards us here in State College as we speak, before progressing off to the south this evening. So looking at our radar right now, as I mentioned, we're seeing that mix of sun and clouds with some showers mixed in there right now. As we head through the evening tonight, we'll see those showers make their way off to the south. We'll see some clearer skies heading into this evening with a little bit of cloud cover remaining. And into tomorrow, we'll see those clouds break up even more, temperatures dipping into the low 40s as we head into tomorrow morning. So a bit chillier out there. Be sure to grab a coat if you're headed off on your morning commute, but just some clouds, nothing much to worry about. And as we head through the day tomorrow, we'll see those cloud covers break up for a beautiful Thursday across the state. Now the big story on Ian right now, Ian made landfall on the Gulf Coast of Florida earlier today. We're seeing the storm move northeasterly across the state of Florida. Now this will bring a lot of storm surge in the coastal regions of Florida, as well as obviously a lot of rainfall, flooding, and high winds for the majority of the state. So where does this leave us? We see Hurricane Ian making its way northward as we head through the day tomorrow, coming back on land and losing that connection with its ocean energy, causing the storm to weaken. Heading into Saturday, we'll see a lot of cloud cover and potentially a shower or two from the remnants of Ian. Nothing too certain right now as this is far out. And Sunday, we'll be seeing this move off the coast and out of our region. For tonight here in State College, expect a low of 44, a bit chillier out there. We'll see those showers heading through this evening, but they should clear out for tonight, leaving us with some partly cloudy skies. For tomorrow, expect a high around 62 here in State College. Like I mentioned, we will be feeling those fall temperatures, about as warm as it's going to get the rest of this week, but some beautiful sunny skies out there. And taking a look at the rest of this week, like I mentioned, temperatures in the lower 40s. At night, up to the lower 60s during the day. We're seeing those partly cloudy to sunny skies for the rest of this week before we see some showers, potentially from the remnants of Ian. Those will make their way out before we start the new week next week, seeing some sunny and partly cloudy skies to start the beginning of next week. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Caitlin Kitch. Have a great evening.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Morgan Bull with your sports update. Penn State men's soccer picked up a major victory on Sunday against Akron. Despite having a weather delay in the middle of the match, the Nittany Lions won 1-0. This was huge for the blue and white, as last year Akron came out on top 2-1. This win was also very special for Coach Jeff Cook's squad, as it was senior day, with veteran players stepping up during the game. Senior Liam Butts has been out the past few games due to injury, but he finally made an appearance in the match on Sunday. He scored the game-winning goal off of a header right before the first half ended. This was also senior goalkeeper Chris Shake's 14th shutout. This was the Nittany Lions' second win against a ranked opponent, and they are at a current record of 4-2-2. Penn State women's field hockey is off to a hot start this season with a 7-game winning streak and current record of 8-1. The Nittany Lions recently defeated Ohio State on Sunday 2-0. The score remained tied 0-0 going into halftime. Mackenzie Alessi scored Penn State's first goal a few minutes into the third quarter. Gemma Punch scored the blue and white second goal about 2 minutes into the final quarter. The Nittany Lions outscored Ohio State with 16 shots, with the Buckeyes only totaling 4. This Big Ten victory was important for Penn State as goalkeeper Bree Baracco notched her third straight shutout at the goal. The Nittany Lions are getting ready to face Northwestern on Friday and maintain their winning streak. The Penn State Board of Trustees recently approved the sale of alcohol at Beaver Stadium. Field reporter Kendall Skalicki has all the details. Take a look.
In 2016, Penn State approved limited sales of alcohol at its venues. As the athletic departments are looking to improve fan experience and increase revenues, the Board of Trustees will be voting this week to expand the sale of alcohol to the general public at Beaver Stadium. If approved, State College will be joining more than half of the other universities in the Big Ten Conference that already sell alcohol in their stadiums. Sales could begin as soon as this weekend if the proposal is passed. Penn State did not consult townships or the emergency medical service that covers Happy Valley about its plan to expand alcohol sales at Beaver Stadium, though administrators did not express a high-level concern about the proposal. Some have shown concern and others are in favor. Here are Penn State students with more.
I think it's a great idea. I don't know how they're supposed to monitor it, but as somebody who has always wanted to drink inside the stadium, I definitely support it. It's definitely going to be a trial run. I'm not really sure what the results of it are going to be, but I guess we'll see how it goes.
I think it's valid. Like, for all the people that aren't students, it's like a good idea, but also it's kind of weird because they don't allow it on campus. So yeah, mixed opinions.
I mean, I guess it's good to try it out. I mean, I feel like it's going to cause like a lot of chaos, though, to be completely honest.
The Penn State Board of Trustees voted Friday to expand alcohol sales to the general public at Beaver Stadium. While an official start date is not listed, when sales begin, beer offerings will be made available throughout the stadium except in areas near the student section. For PSN News, I'm Kendall Skalicki.
On Monday night, the Dallas Cowboys came out with a victory when matched up against the New York Giants. The Cowboys won 23-16 at MetLife Stadium. At halftime, the Cowboys were in the lead 6-3 after they kicked 2 field goals and the Giants kicked one of their own in the first half. Running back Saquon Barkley scored a touchdown for the Giants, putting them in the lead 13-6 in the third quarter. Soon enough, Ezekiel Elliott ran 1 yard for a touchdown and tied up the match before heading into the final quarter. During the fourth quarter, the Cowboys prevailed and ended up winning. This is the Giants' first loss of the season and the Cowboys' second win. They are both at a current record of 2-1 with still a long way to go. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Gabrielle Tyner has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Gabrielle Tyner with your entertainment update. In local news, the Malpaso Dance Company is coming to Penn State this Thursday. The Cuban Ensemble is an associate company of the Joyce Theater Productions. It's internationally known for its collaborative creative works with acclaimed choreographers and for paving the way for new Cuban choreographers. The company tour features 11 dancers who have traveled around the globe showcasing their dance abilities. The performance is set to start at 7:30 p.m. at the Eisenhower Auditorium. After their Penn State performance, the group will be heading to New York City for their next showcase. We had a celebrity, or should I say CEO, sighting this past weekend in State College. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, stopped in for a quick bite to eat downtown at the Tavern Friday afternoon, according to an eyewitness account from an employee. It is unclear who he was with or why he stopped in the Happy Valley. A Twitter account dedicated to tracking Zuckerberg's private jet activity showed him flying into State College area around noon from Boston. He then took off around 4 p.m. to White Plains, New York. The account claims he spent more than $5,500 in fuel for his round trip. On a national level, Post Malone has been hospitalized again for stabbing pain a week after he fell through the stage during his concert in St. Louis. The Congratulations rapper shared a not-so-great health update on his Instagram story, saying, quote, "I felt so well last night, but today it felt so different than it has before. I'm having a very difficult time breathing, and there's like a stabbing pain whenever I breathe or move. We're in the hospital now, but with this pain, I can't do the show tonight." End quote. He also noted a cracking sound on the right side of his body. The 27-year-old was forced to postpone his Boston's TD Gardens show due to his injuries. His manager, Dre London, wrote after the fall that Malone had x-rays done but showed bruising on his ribs but nothing more. And that's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Joseph Dorman will be speaking to Penn State student entrepreneur Brad Kraut. Stay tuned.
Good evening, I'm Joseph Dorman. Alongside me is Penn State student entrepreneur Brad Kraut. Brad, thanks for being here tonight.
Yep, Joe, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
but
no problem.
I just want to say something real quick. Joe is a freshman, and he's already on the right track to be a sheet kicker, to be an academic weapon. He's already networking. He already reached out to me to get me on this show. So, Joe, I just want to say shout out to you, and keep grinding and keep networking,
Thank
brother.
you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, let's get into that. For any of our viewers unfamiliar with your content, how do you wake up in the morning?
I kick my bed sheets. I physically kick my bed sheets off of my bed, and I go right into push-ups, I go right into high knees, jumping jacks, whatever it may be, to set the tone for the day, to be a champion, to be a winner. But it all starts with your mind. And doing that first thing in the morning at 5 a.m. sets a tone for the day to attack. Be fearless.
Now, when did you adapt this kick the sheets lifestyle?
It was like last January. I was juggling probably like 5 different like business ventures, and like on top of being a full-time student. And I'm a person where if it's important to me, I'm gonna make time for it. I'm not gonna make excuses. So one, I had to sacrifice. I had to start sacrificing, going out at night sometimes, couldn't really hang out with my friends much. But then, to fit everything into my days, I literally had to get up at 5 a.m., kick my bed sheets, and just attack every single day because my days were jam-packed. And if I had a mindset of like, oh my God, I gotta go do this, right? Like, I'm already defeated. So I woke up every day with the purpose, with the drive to go be the best version of myself and get stuff done.
Now, Brad, you're a senior at Penn State this year, and you've spoken on trying as many things in college as possible. I know you've been on the cheerleading team. I know you're in a fraternity. What other things have you gotten involved with here in Penn State?
Yeah, freshman year, right when I got on campus, so it was summer session leading into freshman year. I locked up an internship with a startup company called 20. Shout out Alex Scheinman. He was working for them at the time, and I really wanted to start building a relationship with Alex because he started the Penn State Sports Business Conference. So right off the bat, had an internship with them. I was a freshman, and everyone else I was working with was a junior and senior. We were basically thinking of like marketing, like stunts to get people to download the app. Great experience. And then right after that, I got involved with Jerpa. So it's a company where we make Sherpa-lined items. Shout out Austin Thomas. He came out with an Instagram post. He was looking for ambassadors. I thought it was a cool product. Jeans lined with Sherpa. I've never seen anything like it. No more, layering your jeans with your thermals. You got your Jerpa jeans. So I connected with Austin, and then I'm still with Jerpa. But then after Jerpa, I wanted to get involved with like an established clothing brand. So I got connected with Cuts Clothing. Shout out Stephen Borelli if you're tuned in right now. And then worked with Stephen and Cuts for about 10 months. And then in that time span, Sean Clifford reached out to me about joining him and starting his NIL agency, Limitless. So then I worked with Sean and a bunch of other great dudes over at Limitless from January to late August. And then about a month ago, I decided finally, I was like, you know what? I need to go all in with myself and bet on myself and start, doing stuff for me and start marketing, my own brand. And I did that, and I don't know if you have questions leading up to that, but basically I went all in with myself, and it just blew up. Like, it just started, like, my message started getting out there. I'm really just trying to motivate and inspire millions of people. I've always wanted to do this. Like, this has truly, like, been my dream, and now it's, really getting the attention, on TikTok, on Instagram, and, on all social platforms, and it's just really heartwarming right now to, like, just see all, like, the feedback and, the positivity that I'm spreading, across the United States. It's not just here at Penn State. So it's really cool and really excited for the future. I'm sure you probably have follow-up questions.
No, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any advice for a student at Penn State that would want to follow in your footsteps and try to, get involved as much stuff as possible?
Yeah. Network. Put yourself out there. When you go into class, that is literally just another opportunity to meet another student, to build a relationship with your professor. I'm sure you might have like academic weapon questions or whatever, but it's just, you need to know as many people as you can because it will just set you up for opportunity in your future. And when I came in as a freshman, like I knew I'm going to a school with 40,000 students, so I knew there was a huge opportunity to make a name for myself. Freshman year, I'm in a 500-person lecture class, and I'm on the mic 24/7. And people are coming up to me like, yo, what up, Brett? Boom. Like, I'm already getting people to, like, know who I am and, what I'm all about and what I do. So it's really just put yourself out there, be fearless, and be confident in what you do.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, fired up.
So you mentioned that, the academic weapon thing. What does that really mean? Can you expand on what it means to be an academic weapon?
Yeah.
And further, what made you start sitting in the front row of your lectures? What caused that to start being part of your mantra?
I'm just a big believer in building relationships. And, I'm big on just, I'm going into class, like, I want to build that relationship with my teacher or professor because, let's say, stuff happens in life, like, I miss an assignment or something.
Right.
If I'm someone sitting in the back row and the teacher doesn't even know who you are, like, how do you expect to, have them be like, all right, yeah, like, all good, I'll give you like 2 extra days or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've always just built relationships with my professors and just, gave them that respect. And, my whole, academic career so far has been smooth sailing, and now I'm trying to preach that to, high school kids, college kids, and obviously not to young professionals, but it's something that, I think is extremely important and will truly just help you in the long run.
Right, and about spreading your message, you started to spread your message mostly on TikTok, right?
Yep, TikTok got banned until Friday to post. Yeah.
When did you start posting videos on TikTok and spreading this message?
So, all right, when I started TikTok, this is my 5th TikTok account. I've been banned on TikTok 4 times. I've been trying to do this stuff for so long, but I was getting banned because I wasn't truly being me. I was trying to be someone that I wasn't. I was, posting like weird videos, like maybe like dancing trends, like just cringe, and it truly wasn't me. And I had a rude awakening when, a lot of my buddies were like, Brad, like, what are you doing? Like this is just not you. Like, it's kind of cringy. Like, why are you trying to just get like a one-hit wonder, like viral video? It's like, they're like, Brad, what's your passion? What do you love? I'm like, working out, fitness. They're like, and what do you have? I was like, big personality. They're like, so why don't you just start showcasing like your personality and working out and see what happens? And I started doing that. Then I developed the Kick the Sheets mindset. And then after Kick the Sheets, it started really kind of gaining some traction. And then once I bet on myself and just went all in and just started creating content that I truly wanted to put out. Because you got to think about it. When you're representing athletes or you're working for someone else, you kind of have to be careful of stuff that you're putting out because you're representing other people.
Right.
But when you're doing your own stuff, you could put out whatever you want. Like you could just get your message across.
Because it's just being you.
I'm just being me. I'm literally just being me. Like I don't really plan my content. I just take my phone out. I'm just like showing people like what I do throughout my days and just like giving wisdom and trying to add value to people while also being entertaining because I love to go out on the weekends. Have a good time. So it's
That's awesome.
I know. Tangent. I'm going.
Now, just one more question for you. You've started to grow the phrase "kick the sheets" as a brand. I mean, I know you've got the flag.
We just filed an LLC. We got it in today. We're opening up a bank account tomorrow morning.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
So
it's for real. I'm all in. Like I am all in.
Let me get you after that. So I know you've got the flag. You've got the logo.
Yep.
What's next for you? How are you going to grow this brand and make it even bigger than it already is?
Yeah, no, this is a great question because my mentors have been asking like, yo, Brad, like, do you have a business plan? Like, what do you want to do with this? And honestly, like right now, like it just happened so fast in like the last 3-4 weeks that like it's a lot to digest.
I know every time I check your account, it's like you have 50,000 more followers.
It's going crazy. It's going crazy. We went viral for a good reason. Yeah, what was the question again?
How do you plan to capitalize on your success?
I think, like, as of right now, short term, keep pumping out content, keep collaborating, keep going to different universities. But honestly, I could see this, turning, like, next semester I want to do a whole college tour, go to other universities. But I can kind of see this being, like, a version of, like, a Nelk and, like, a Barstool in a sense, but, like, it's Brad and like Kick the Sheets motivation type of brand.
That's gonna be
get athletes involved, get hustlers in the student body involved. Like I just want to build a brand that's built of winners. I just want winners riding with me, and we truly can make a culture change and get people going after what they want and being fearless. I literally have a line tattoo that says "fearless and strong." Shout out, Grandma.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate you being here. This
I
was
appreciate
fantastic.
you. Shake my hand.
Yeah.
Dude, keep crushing. Seriously.
Thank you, sir.
Well-spoken dude, too. He has a bright future in this.
So next up, Madeline and Zack will bring us the latest news from across the nation. We'll be right back.
A court-appointed special master has set a timeline for the review of Mar-a-Lago materials on Thursday. Senior District Judge Raymond Deary gave Donald Trump's team until the end of the month to resolve factual disputes. Trump claims that the FBI planted evidence in his Florida home in the August 8th search. Both parties must log final disputed designations by October 21st. Judge Eileen Cannon's original timeline, however, included a deadline of November 30th for the special master to complete his review. The former president's attorney argued that the previous timeline would, quote, allow for a more realistic and complete assessment of the areas of disagreement, end quote. Deary requested the help of James Orenstein, a retired federal judge who has experience with complex case management, and set the parties' next meeting for October 6th.
Americans are staging demonstrations across the United States this weekend in solidarity with ongoing protests in Iran. Protests are over the death of a 22-year-old Iranian woman who collapsed while in custody of police. The woman, Masha Amini, fell into a coma and died shortly after. Protesters demanding justice for Amini's death have taken to the streets of Tehran and beyond. In support of the protest, Iranian Americans are hosting rallies, vigils, and other events. Protesters are calling for an end to the Iranian police crackdown and for greater human rights for Iranian women. Protests have been held in Washington, D.C., at the Lincoln Memorial, and in San Francisco. Events are expected to continue to happen this week.
President Joe Biden declared a major disaster in Puerto Rico on Wednesday to assist the territory after Hurricane Fiona. Fiona's 30 inches of rainfall knocked out the island's power grid. The declaration allows for the Federal Emergency Agency, also known as FEMA, to directly help people pay for temporary housing and home repairs, grant loans to cover uninsured property losses, and create recovery programs. Federal funds are available for debris removal and hazard mitigation measures. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer asked FEMA to prepare for the federal government to cover costs for emergency protective services as well. AccuWeather estimates Fiona's economic impact on Puerto Rico to be about $10 billion.
On Saturday, the CIA unveiled the model of Ayman al-Zawahiri's house in Kabul, used to plan the U.S. drone strike that killed the al-Qaeda leader last month. The model, about a foot long, is very detailed and shows all parts of al-Zawahiri's house. The house was struck by a missile from the United States military, for which President Biden is responsible for. Biden said he was assured there were low-risk civilian casualties, given the weapon type and the structure of the house. Biden says al-Zawahiri was a mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks, as well as bombings at U.S. embassies in 1998. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.